Hey, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Norwegian 737 project. Some of you guys that follow on the Facebook page know that I've been working on the overhead now. I actually talked a little bit about that in the previous video. So I've been posting a couple of pictures as I went along. My primary goal was to install a new backlight system into the overhead.
And that is now completed.
Some of you guys probably saw the picture I posted of the plastic panel that comes from Cockpit with the Cockpit Sonic overhead. Where I put the backlight LEDs behind the panel, and you can actually see the lights shining through the paint. So my original plan of incorporating this backlight system into the panel itself was a
no can do.
So basically what I did is I bought several meters of LED strips and incorporated it into the panels. You can see them laying all around. I also connected the dimmable switch underneath the overhead now. Let's see if we can turn up the brightness a little bit on the LEDs. Yeah, look at that. And you can see it covers pretty much everything up in the overhead. It looks messy, but it does its job, and I don't really care. This is the best solution I could do with a crappy hardware. Also, what I did, I removed the flight illusion gauges and colored them orange, so it looks more like incandescent light bulbs now. So no more blue colors, yay. One more thing you can see right over there, that is an open cockpit module for the outflow valve installed. That's just a little servo. It goes straight into a little Pololu card right there. And let me tell you, this Pololu card is such a nice invention. It's unbelievable. You just connect it, tell ProSim what channel you connected the servo to, and calibrate it. It's as easy as pie. Unbelievable. Also, I made the backlight system dimmable using the Flightech Solution IBL card. This is supposed to be used for incandescent light bulbs like Flightech Solution uses for their panels, but I figured out it works equally fine on the LEDs too. And we have full deflection on it, and it works awesome. You have full deflection on the potentiometer, all the way down to all the way up. This is perfect. I love it. It's very neat. Oh, by the way, I am still missing a little bit of backlights. I emptied the shelf at the store when I picked up these LEDs. So when I bought the LEDs, I just picked them up at the local hardware store called Clas Ohlson and colored every single little diode or LED in those LED strips. And let me tell you, that is a hell of a job, because in this overhead you have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 LED strips, and each of them is 3 meter long. So 3, 6. Yeah, it's 15 meters. Unbelievable. That is a lot of LEDs.
You can see the obvious reason to why you would install a real backlight system. Just look at this thing coming alive. It's like a damn Christmas tree. Christmas came early. Of course, there's a few hot spots where the light shines a little bit too much, because it's really hard to maneuver that snake of LED strip over there and up in the overhead, you know. So here and there is going to be either too much or too little. But all in all, I'm really satisfied with this installation. It's really good looking overhead now, and I've been needing a good backlight system for a long time. Also, looking at the flight illusion gauges, you know, they're driven by their own backlight system. I was considering implementing my own backlight system into the gauges and actually disconnect the LED from flight illusion, but that's gonna take, it would take too long, so I didn't really bother. So you'll see when I dim the backlight system in the overhead, all these flight illusion gauges are still gonna be illuminated, and just because they run over their own software. Nothing really you can do with that unless you implement it into the other system. So alright, I know this is a really dark video, not really sure what to do to get more light into the video itself. Look at, see, I can turn on this map light, turn on the other map light. I am just testing now, and I just took off from Gardermoen. I'm at 30,000 feet, inbound for Bergen. And thought maybe I'll let you join in for the flight. So, all in all, I'm pleased with this setup. So, after I installed all these LEDs, I installed the overhead up in the roof again. There was a lot of light bleed coming off from both sides of the overhead through cracks and stuff. What I did was just cover the overhead with some black carpet I had laying around. This is some heat resistant carpet right there. And I just fixated it to both sides of the overhead and really just closed it up. And now there's no light bleed anywhere. So I'm pretty satisfied with that result. And I know some of you guys might be thinking, oh, what about the heat development over the overhead? It's going to be really hot. Well, I got nothing up there that produces any heat, really. The LEDs, they don't produce any heat. None of the gauges do. None of the interface cards do. So it's a pretty safe bet to say that it's going to be alright. But I'll keep an eye on it every now and then to make sure that it's actually not getting too hot over there. Alright, so we're coming up on our top of descent now. I'm going to choose a lower altitude. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, as we descend now, I'd like to demonstrate something really cool that I installed in the system. Let's go to our FMC data link, and you can see a whole bunch of menus now. And this is because I installed an awesome program from a guy. I really do not know his name. I'm so bad at names. I think it's Miguel or something, and he made a program called ProSim Utils. This program makes me, or gives me an almost complete ACAR system. Let's go and have a look inside AOC. There we have in-flight, all kinds of things that you can screw around with. Not really sure what all these things does right now, but I want to show you the weather update. Let's see, I want to check the weather at Bergen. Source, I select either Real World, VATSIM, and I want Real World. And I'll press send. And you'll see VHF in progress. And just like the real thing, when the weather comes in now, you'll hear a... That's right. You'll hear the chime. And that's the weather for you. Down in Bergen, we have winds from 130-13, cab OK, QNH 1016. Let's just pre-tune 1016 into our altimeter. Alright, cool. Alright, so we're descending through 12,000 feet right now, 12,300 feet, and I'm starting to see a whole lot of light outside. I installed a package called Night Environment Norway a few weeks ago. I posted it on my YouTube page. Been a lot of people asking about that package, wanting the same deal in their sim. So I urge you to just go and check out Flight Environment. And they have all kinds of countries. I bought Night Environment Sweden. I have Denmark. I have Alps, and now I have Norway too. And man, it looks so goddamn good. I'm looking out the window right now. I can see the roads being lit up in between the fjords there in Norway. Wow, it looks good. So hopefully you'll be able to see a few lights on our arrival into Bergen. Okay, that's 1,000 the level. Let's continue down to 5,000 feet. And I'll do a little bit late on it, but I'll do the descent checklist where I have the pressurization set for landing altitude. Pressurization is, oh, by the way, also I installed the outflow valves. It's pretty cool to see the position of the outflow valve through the duration of the flight. Checking to see we have a negative climb on our cabin. Yep, recall. Recall is checked. Auto brake. Let's do an auto brake 2 landing. Landing data. I don't have any charge, so let's just use the FMC. Let's do a flap 30 landing, which will give us a VREF speed of 137 knots. We have an inbound course of 171. Tune that on both sides. And an ILS frequency of 109.9. Perfect. Okay, the minimums for this approach, god damn it, I don't remember. Let's just put it for 200 feet above airfield. I will just call it good. Landing data video was complete. Approach briefing complete, and descent checklist complete. Okay, passing Oster, 7,600 feet, and you can start. You should be able to make out some light out the window now. I've actually positioned the camera. People have been asking about that too. I've now positioned the camera at the exact point where you would be having your head if you were to fly as first officer with me one night. So that is exactly what you would see. Okay, so we have a little bit of turbulence. And now we'll go from local QNH to, no, standard QNH to local QNH. 1006. Okay, approach checklist. Approach checklists. Altimeters. 1006 reading 6,200 both sides. Approach checklist complete. Alright, passing Gilva for Bablu. I will go speed intervention to give us a speed of 190, flaps 1. There we go. Alright, there we go. Now we come up with a left turn here. And we'll go VOR localizer. There we go. Just initiated the left turn. Localizer is armed. And there you go. There's a little bit of a view of the city lights. This is not downtown city lights either. I think you have to come in on runway 35 to see the complete city of Bergen. Okay, that's localizer alive. And we have glide slope too. That is a pretty darn good profile right there. I'll go vertical speed until we are fully established on the loc. 1000 the level. Flaps 5, speed 180. And we're a little bit high. I'm going to try to guide it down using vertical speed before I engage approach. Man, look at the city view. Alright, 1300 feet per minute. There we go, let's see. Approach. 2500. Alright, let's go. Gear down. Flaps 15. Speed 155. Around for 155. And we'll do landing checklist 2 flaps. Landing, no, I'm sorry, cabin call given. Engine start switches. You need to come to continuous. Speed brake is armed. Landing gear is down. We have 3 greens. And we are standing by for flaps. Man, look at the lights. Ooh. And you can see the airport in front of us. Alright, let's slow down. Flaps 25. I'll go 1, 4, 1. Outer marker. Okay, let's see. Okay, 1. Our VREF's doing 137. Okay, we'll go flaps 30, speed 137 plus 5, and that'll give us a 142. And there we go. We have flaps 30, green light. Landing checklist is complete. Stoops. And we can go ahead and disconnect so we can have a little bit of fun. From the angle you're sitting right now, you should be able to make out something called a skidding effect. Because we do not have a collimated display around the simulator. We're just having a cylindrical screen around our sim. The airport will be centered around in the middle of the screen. So it, for you, it just makes a skidding effect. It looks like you're crabbing against the wind. Like where I'm sitting right now, it looks like the airplane is crabbing a lot to the left. And we're probably crabbing a little bit, but not that much. Alright, hold ground. Okay, let's see if we can put her down. Okay, the landing line's hitting the runway. 40. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. And there we go. As I said in the previous video, ballooning is a problem with FSX. Speed brake up to reverse. Boop, boop, boop. 60 knots manual brake. Now we'll take the first exit to the left. Very cool. You see me steering with the rudder pedals now because the steering tiller is busted. It's really not a big problem, it's just annoying. So I'm thinking about buying a original tiller from a scrapped 737. Alright, so we're at the apron. Let's clean up the bench. Flaps. Propete. Transponder. See, this is a problem. I hope with the new flight model that comes with ProSim, they have modeled taxi lights. The only way for me to put on the taxi light is to put all the landing lights on. And now you can see the taxi lights moving. I just needed to find a sign so we can maneuver the plane into the correct gate. So if I were to turn off these two landing light switches in the middle, everything goes dark. Sucks. Look at this beautiful scenery from Aerosoft. This is Aerosoft Dargan. See if we can hit that gate. There we go. Park and brake. We'll stop engine number 2. We'll wait for ground power. That's the ground power on. Activated. Now I can stop engine number 1. And below 10, anti-collision light off. Fuel pumps. Hydraulics. Isolation valve auto. Wheel well on. Logo. There we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope it came out as good as I hope. And I'll see you next time.